Hi, I wanted to talk in this video about how narcissists and people with narcissistic personality disorder, how we get created, how the mask gets created, what that means exactly. Also, what I mean when I say that narcissists don't actually have a self or a sense of self, and why that matters and how that translates and what it means when they're in relationship and why they behave the way they do, why we behave the way we do. So in a healthy, functional childhood, one where it's safe for the child to develop normally, a child not only develops whole object relations and object constancy, but they also develop an identity. Like they're able to be in a upbringing where their likes and their dislikes and what they want to wear and what they don't want to wear, what they want to say and what they don't want to say, like is safe to have. In addition to that, they're also seen like as themselves. They're mirrored in a way. When a parent or whatever caretaker is looking at them, they're seen in a way that's loved or safe or more whole. But in one where a child eventually develops a disorder, a narcissistic personality disorder, that didn't happen. What happens is that the child has to adapt to its surroundings and its circumstances. And because it's an abusive circumstance, it develops all of these ways to survive the violence or the abuse or the trauma or the horror that's happening around them. So the energy and the attention or the regular developmental process that would happen, which is developing all of these things like whole object relations or object constancy or an identity or a real sense of self or like any sense of that, completely goes to the side, goes to the background, because that is not serving to the survival needs of what that child is going through. What's needed in that moment is high vigilance to see what doesn't upset the caretakers. Okay, if I'm quiet, that won't trigger a beating. If I just disappear, if I just, stay in my room, whatever it is, the child starts to think in terms of survival. And that adapted way of being in the world, looking at the world, survival way of being, that adaptation, that personality adaptation is the thing that starts to create the disorder. And that personality adaptation becomes a false persona, a mask. And it's coupled with all the ego needs, the ego desires, the ego, if you see a child is, for the most part, they could be charming, calculating, manipulative little beings, but, children are always looking to get what it is that they want. And a narcissist never grew out of that. They're still trying to get what they want. But the thing that they now use is this false persona, this false mask with nothing internally that ever got really developed. And the thing is that as a narcissist, we actually don't know that we never got that developed. There's no way for us to know that. We just were raised inside of what we were raised, and we think that false persona, the thing that we used in order to survive. Oh, you want this? Okay, great. I'll do this. I'll get this. How am I going to get what I want? How am I going to do stuff? No. We think that that's actually who we are. And we don't know on any conscious level that there's anything missing. I hope that explains or clarifies or illuminates what I mean by a person just not having a self or a sense of self. And so there's no self-awareness. There's no self to bring awareness to their behavior. I hope that illuminates this. Thanks.